Welcome, friends, to the Karmic Guidance channel, and we are going to analyze the effect of First Lord in all 12 houses. And we are going to do this for Aries Ascendant. So, before we jump into analysis, this is a shameless self promotion. So, if you're interested in learning Vedic astrology and you're a beginner here, in trying to learn from free information available on internet, I would recommend check out my course in Udemy. The link is in the description. It's very cost effective, and you will enjoy it. So, why ascendant wise? First Lord in all houses. Why ascendant wise? The reason is that the behavior of First Lord changes drastically in each house based on the ascendant. Consider this. For Libra ascendant, the Lord Venus in sixth house is exalted, and in eighth house it is Swarashi, creating a Vipreet Raja Yoga. Now, can this be generalized? Take another case. In Cancer, Moon is debilitated in the auspicious fifth house, and in Scorpio, Mars is debilitated in the auspicious ninth house. So these are houses where if Lagna Lord goes, it's kind of a mini Raja Yoga, and the Moon and the Mars are debilitated. So can we make a general rule? I don't think so. That was a dilemma I went through when I was trying to do that kind of analysis. So hence am making now ascendant wise because the behavior is different and you have to understand the intricacies. Mars as ascendant lord in the first house. So just now I explained that first lord in the first house, first lord in all houses, behave differently for different ascendants. But for this position, I have to eat my words, at least for this slide. The ascendant lord in the first house, for irrespective of any ascendant, is a very, very positive indication. And all positive qualities of the house and planets are enhanced. So, in this case, the planet is Swarashi, so Mars is in Aries, and Swarashi planets who are in their own constellation, own sign. It's eyes closed. It's good for the house, so you don't have to really think too much, and you can make a simple prediction. So it's even better in many cases from exalted planets. Sorashi is very powerful and very positive. So the Aries and the Martian characteristics will be prominent in a positive way. So native will be bold, adventurous, confident, and go-getter person. Traveling and wandering is a trait of Mars. And if you look at the aspects also, the eighth aspect is also in its own house. And whenever the lord of a house aspects his own house, that improves the quality of this house. This house starts giving much more positive qualities than when the Lord is not aspecting it. So what happens, and this is a different topic altogether. Maybe I'll do a series on that. But if your eighth house, sixth house, 12th house are somehow giving positive qualities through different reasons, then you will have less difficulties in your life, and life will be much more simpler. But we won't go into that. So basically, it means less obstacles, injuries. This can be predicted. It cannot be ruled out. See, injuries, Mars is a malefic, causes injuries, causes cuts and bruises, so it will be not ruled out. But these injuries and accidents will be more of a feather in the cap because Mars is a soldier. So this is a positive, thing that he will be worshipped as hero, not worshipped, but seen as a hero. These injuries will be obstacles and injuries, accidents will be very very much appreciated. And this case of Mars being Swarashi in first house is a kind of a bhang for the Manglik dosh. So in this case, there is no Manglik dosh here because Mars is Swarashi. Mars as ascendant lord from the in the second house. So here the things change slightly. Now Mars is in the sign of Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, and Venus and Mars are neutral to each other. So Mars is okay here. Now here's we'll go look into the principle that Lord of a Kendra or Trikona enhances the positive aspects of the house in general. So this is a principle from Paladipika, and I have in my course I have actually tackled one Paladipika words, and you know I've shown how fantastic predictions can be done. But let's stick to the topic. So basically, Kendra, first house is your Kendra and the Trikona Bhav also, and this is sitting in second house. Second house positive factors are enhanced, and in general, if a first lord goes to second house, not debilitated, like in Jupiter, Jupiter goes to second house and it's debilitated in Sagittarius ascendant. But if it is not debilitated, not afflicted, then you can easily say that there will be financial gains. Family status will be financially well off. Since it is a house of voice, then there will be assertive voice. And in family matters, Mars is a natural reader, so Mars will become a natural reader in the family affairs. Mars in the third house for Aries ascendant. Now, what is happening here is this Mercury. Mercury's Rashi is inimical Rashi to Mars. So Mars now goes into enemy sign and into a Dustana. And the principle of Karako Bhavo Nashe applies. What is Karako Bhavo Nashe? Karako Bhavo Nashe is a principle that if the Bhav Karaka of a house. And what is Bhavakaraka? So uh, that is I have explained in my course also. You can check that out. But every Bhav has a Karaka planet, and if the Karaka planet sits in that Bhav, then the positive qualities of the house is diminished. House it's not good for the house. It's detrimental for the house. But Karako Bhavanashe is not true for all Bhavakarakas. It is only for specific Bhavakarakas. Uh, and in this case, it is applicable if Mars sits in the third house of which is Dusthana. So it is detrimental to younger sibling and relationship with them. uh, Travels will be there which will be disappointment, where there will be disappointment. It would be unnecessary travel. It would be not success, these would be wasteful travels. Cuts and bruises in arm, because this is arm and shoulder. Cuts and bruises in arms. Excessive courage may resort to unnecessary violence. So these people can get violent when they're angry. They can start hitting people, and they come across as aggressive, blunt, or confrontational. Because it's a Lagna Lord, so the Lagna characteristics, the bad characteristics are transferred to the Lagna. So these are the things that can happen for Mars ascendant, the ascendant Lord is in the third house. Now, Mars in the fourth house. So Mars goes into the fourth house, it's debilitated, not a good position. Further, Mars is Digbalheen. Digbalheen means it lose its right opposite to the 10th house, where it's Digbali, where it has the directional strength. Here, he has the opposite of directional strength, directional weakness, or whatever. So it's in a very bad position. And fourth house Mars is in general is a considered to be bad, and this is the reason because it loses its directional strength. It's debilitated, so it causes conflicts and arguments within the family, frequent disagreements, lack of harmony at home, aggressive or domineering behavior, especially in family matters, strained relationship with family members, emotional turbulence and instability, struggle with feelings of anger, frustration, restlessness, challenges related to property disputes, legal issue difficulties in acquiring or maintaining property, health concerns related to chest area. Chest area, fourth house is the chest, Mars is a malefic, uh, so it can cause problems, health issues here, including respiratory. Mars now is also the Lord of Earth, sitting in the fourth house. So it's a malefic, Earth Lord, not in a good position, can be not a good place to be in, except like in the case of Serena Williams, if it is into a niche bhanga, and niche bhanga how? If in D9 it goes, it becomes exalted. So then it becomes Neech Bhanga Raj Yoga, and in that case, much of these negative qualities can be diminished, and it won't be such a bad experience. And Mars in the fifth house as a servant lord. So what happens here is Mars in the fifth house. Again, we go back to the principle. Lord of Kendra or Trikona enhances the positive aspects of the house in general. So it's kind of a mini Raja Yoga. Mars goes into the fifth house. Fifth house is Trikona. First house is Kendra, Kendra, Trikona. Uh, a bridge is there of Kendra Trikona. So this becomes a very good sign. So great deal of passion and enthusiasm, particularly in creative pursuits and hobbies. These guys can be inspiring leaders, especially in educational setting, because fifth house is education, fifth house is creative pursuits, or fifth house is children. So involving children, high level of energy, vigor, and stamina. Fifth house is energy. They may seek excitement and passion in romantic relationships. So fifth house is romance. Individual may be protective and a supportive parent. So this is a child, and the father goes to the child's house, and he will be very very caring to his kids. The father or mother, for that matter, but Mars is a male planet. That's why I said father. This placement can be favorable for speculators. So fifth house is speculation, stock market, gambling, and Mars first house lord in fifth house, a good place to be in. So first house lord goes to the sixth house, and sixth house is of Mercury, enemy sign, and sixth is already a Dusthana. So this is again not a very good place to be in on Mars. So what happens is old aggressive or confrontational attitude in workspace. Why workplace? Place because sixth house also shows routine jobs. Uh, it's what you do every day without too much of variation and creativity. So Mars, therefore, it is a workplace, and Mars here could be aggressive. So can cause conflict. So if you are aggressive in workplace, then you'll have conflict with colleagues, subordinates, superiors. Health issues because sixth is rogue reda shatru, that is health, illness, debt, and enemies. Uh, Overbearing or domineering in work or service related situations. So basically, this is a house of service. So if you're providing services, then this person can become not a good service provider, and probably will be overbearing, dominating. Legal issues, disputes, or conflicts with authorities. Workaholism. Again, routine job, so he's doing it to death and creating workaholism, neglect of personal life and relationship. So that's what can happen to Mars in sixth house. Seventh house Mars, neutral sign of Venus. Mars is aspecting its own house. So overall, not a bad place to be in. And Lord of Trikona in Kendra, kind of a mini Raju, positive. Although it is still Manglik, dosha. You call it dosha or what? But that Manglik dosha is going to be there. So Mars in seventh houses. Either the person is very energetic in relationships, a natural reader, or the person will be attracted to strong, confident assertive partners. So, this is basically what happens when you have Mars in seventh house. Generally, not desirable, but if you match the horoscope with similar partner, then uh, it can kind of cancels out. So, could be a very good relationship. 50% of the people in the world are Manglik, so you know, 50% are not. So, if the right match is done, then it's not that bad. Mars in eighth house, and what is happening here? It's a Vipreet Raja Yoga. Note that I did not mention earlier Vipreet Raja Yoga in sixth house. Why? Because Raj Yoga has a lot of conditions to be fulfilled. If the planet is not in a good position, enemy sign, flanked by malefics, and all those things are there. So Raj Yoga gives result only when there is a certain purity in that. And Mars as first lord in eighth house as eighth house lord. This is first lord involved in Raj Yoga, eighth house lord Swarashi. Swarashi is eyes closed, always good. So this is a Vipreet Raj Yoga. Good parts of eighth house characteristics will come up. So the person will have deep interest in occult mysteries, hidden knowledge. Will be drawn to subjects like astrology, tantra, and metaphysics. So this is eighth house, deep knowledge, metaphysical knowledge. Those kind of things are there in the eighth house. Also, they have the capability to go undergo significant personal transformation. Eighth house is the house where you go through a transformation. They experience profound changes and rebirth through the life. Financial gain through inheritance of house of inheritance, insurance, house of insurance, joint resources partners. So partners' wealth is from eighth house. Strong investigative capabilities and a talent for uncovering secrets. So this is a research area. They could excel in professions that require research and investigation, such as detective work or forensic science. Mars as ascendant lord in ninth house. Ninth house, first house lord in ninth house, first house lord in fifth house. Very very good placements. Very fortunate people. So this is again a mini Raj Yoga kind of combination. Mars is in a friendly Rashi. Jupiter is a friend of to Mars. Passionate about pursuing higher education because this house is of higher education. Traveling because this house long distance travel. Leadership role. Leadership is Martian characteristic. Philosophical, religious, or spiritual organization. This is the house characteristics. They have a dynamic approach to the beliefs and are often seen as inspirational figures, not afraid to explore new ideologies and philosophies. That is the exploratory part of the Mars, goes into ideology and philosophy, explores new things. Mars is a wanderer. You will find new territories to conquer. Success in fields related to law, academy, and higher education. Law, how does law come in here? Academy, higher education, understood. Law, well, law is coming from Jupiter Mars combination. Jupiter Mars, whenever they are, somewhere this kind of a combination is coming in, a law can be a feature of Jupiter Mars. And they pursue their spiritual goals with great enthusiasm. So the enthusiasm is Mars, sorry, and spiritual goals come from the ninth house. Mars in 10th house, what is it doing? Mars is exalted in 10th house, first house Lord, and 10th house exalted. Not only exalted, it is Digbali, not only exalted in Digbali, it is a Panch Mahapurush Yoga. Panch Mahapurusha Yoga formed by the Lagna Lord. It cannot be more powerful position than what we are seeing here. Every positive aspect is converging here. Extreme Martian traits, positive traits. So this guy has a commanding presence and are often seen as authoritative figures in their professional sphere. Highly ambitious, 10th houses of ambition. Mars is ambitious, goal-oriented, proactive, assertive. These are the guys who make big changes in the world. Determination to face challenges and obstacles in professional arenas, success in competitive fields such as military, sports, engineering, law enforcement, business. These individuals thrive in environments where competition and challenges are present. It's a very powerful position. Mars in 11th house. So 11th houses are network circles, easy money, easy gains, social network. So first house lord in 11th house, very predictable. Wide circle of friends, acquaintances often play leadership role. Leadership because of Martian characteristics. Highly ambitious, driven to achieve their long-term goals. Networking skills, 11th house, making individual effort at building and maintaining beneficial relationship. This is placed in a neutral sign. So, see, Saturn is neutral to Mars. The sign will be neutral. Mars is not really an inimical sign. Likely to earn well and have multiple sources of income, easy gains, ability to motivate and inspire others, often taking charge in group activities. So, this is Mars in 11th house. Mars in 12th house. Again, friendly sign Jupiter. I've marked it green. So, more positive things, less negative things compared to going. Had it been a neutral sign, I would have said okay, it's not good. It's a friendly sign. Good, bad, both will happen. So strong likelihood of traveling abroad. So traveling abroad in, let's say, in today's time, especially in India, is a positive thing. But consider this: 3,000 years ago, uh, India was a civilized country. There was nothing to go out and seek. I mean, it was a jungle out there. There were wars and fights everywhere. So at that time, going out traveling abroad was actually a bad thing. It was like you're placed in an isolated area in some deserted place with unknown people where the civilization is not there. So, but now these things have become a positive trait. So the thing is that traveling abroad, is it a bad thing, good thing? It changes with the context. But traveling abroad and foreign settlement can be seen here with this kind of a placement. Spiritual practices, 12th house aspect, meditation, seclusion comes into picture. Inner strength and ability to overcome hidden enemies and challenges. Suppressed anger and frustration leading to conflicts or aggressive behavior. Suppression, anger. Mars is a very expressive planet, and if it goes into 12th house, its capabilities are shrouded, and they're suppressed. So that hurts Mars internally a lot. Secretive, makes a person secretive and tendency to keep their actions and intentions hidden. There's some negative traits that are coming into this kind of placement. Sense of restlessness. and a desire to escape from reality. Very, very typical Pisces characteristic, escaping from reality or routine life. 12th house characteristic, Pisces characteristic, very, very common thing. So, this is what happens when Mars goes into the 12th Lord. I hope you enjoyed all these analysis. So, my request is leave a comment. This is very important. It gives me feedback of what you are liking, what you're not liking, what you want. So, please do leave a comment. Please do like. Please subscribe. Very, very important for me. And I'm publishing a lot of information here. Please fill the bell icon. And I'll give you very, very good information. I can promise you. Thank you. See you.